All right, old school NBA fans, self-researched NBA facts. I got another video for you. I just want to say thanks to anybody who's subscribing to my channel and watching my videos. I really appreciate it. I feel like I'm reaching the right people. I was never intending on doing a YouTube channel. With some other content creators that I respect, and they do a great job. And it just never was going to be my thing. But I was encouraged by some people to maybe give it a shot. I've done a lot of research. I got a lot of information, and I just want to get it out to the right people. And I want to debunk and just rebut what these idiots on television are saying. I mean, these guys, and they go from one thing to the next. Nobody's consistent anymore. I don't even know if half these people believe what they're actually saying. And you know who I'm talking about. Nick Wright, Shannon Sharpe, Kendrick Perkins, who's now flip-flopping a little bit. Like, give me a break. You guys you're just clowns. There's people on YouTube that have more credibility and more knowledge than all these idiots. But this video, what I want to do is something what Shannon Sharpe said one time about, if we can't include what LeBron did in Miami, then there's no way I could put him in the GOAT conversation. I'm thinking, that was a super team. That's pretty much like what Kevin Durant did with Golden State. Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade entering their prime together. Without LeBron, I'm sure that Pat Riley would have got them another serviceable small forward. I don't know who it would have been. But at that time, I think Amari Stoudemire, it was a possibility they could have maybe got him. Somebody else, I think Miami could have been legit without LeBron. We're never going to know because he joined that already, really strong team. Going into that season, Dwayne Wade, I believe, was number 2 in PER, and Chris Bosh was number 4 in PER. So they were already going to have a strong team. When LeBron came, it was just ridiculous. But what I want to look at is what LeBron James has done outside of those 4 years in Miami. It's pretty underwhelming for this GOAT case. Even a top 10 player, it's not that great at all. So what I was going to do is compare what did Michael Jordan do outside what I've heard some of these idiots say, that 96 to 98 Bulls was more or less a super team. Even though they traded Will Perdue to get Dennis Rodman, somehow that makes it a super team. Or because Tony Kukoc technically is in the Hall of Fame. I mean, give me a break. Guy never was a 0-time All-Star, but yet he's a Hall of Famer, right? Anyway, the 96 to 98 Bulls, that three-peat, I'm putting that to the side. And I'm taking what LeBron James did in his 4 years in Miami, and I'm putting that to the side. And let's compare. Let's see what happened. Okay. LeBron James outside of Miami has played in 17 seasons. Michael Jordan technically played in 12, even though really it was 10 full seasons and 2 quarter seasons plus the playoffs. But we'll call it 12. It's fine. LeBron 17, Jordan in 12. In the 17 years not on the Miami Heat, LeBron James won 2 MVPs. He won 2 championships, 2 finals MVPs, 1 scoring title, 1 assist title, 2-time all-defense. And Michael Jordan, in 12 years, outside of the 96 to 98 years, won 3 MVPs, 3 championships, including a three-peat, 3 finals MVPs, 7 scoring titles, 3 steals titles, a defensive player of the year, and 6 times all defense. That's a way stronger resume right there. Okay, so what did LeBron James do when he wasn't on Miami in those 17 years, when he played against a team in the playoffs that had a first-team All-NBA member? 8 times he played such a team. He was 2-6. How did Michael Jordan fare? 9 times in 12 years he played such a team, including one of them that had 2 on the first team, which was the '87 Boston Celtics with McHale and Bird. 6-3. That's the exact same record that Magic Johnson has. And Magic played 12 seasons. Jordan also went 6-3 against teams that were first team All-NBA. So LeBron James, in his 17 years outside of Miami, played with 9 All-Stars. Michael Jordan, outside of that 96 to 98, played with 5 All-Stars. And one of those was a quarter season in 1995. LeBron James played with 3 All-NBA players. Michael Jordan also 3 All-NBA players. But again, one of those was in 95 when Jordan was only there for a quarter of the season, but I'm counting it anyway. So LeBron James in those 17 years, 5 times his team was a top 5 net rated team. Michael Jordan 4 times was a top 5 net rated team. 5 times was LeBron James, 5 times was his team a top 5 offense. Michael Jordan 4 times was a top 5 offense. LeBron James 4 times was a top 5 net rated defense. Michael Jordan 3 times top 5 rated defense. So as you can see, LeBron had a better team. He had better players. Now, I know it's 17 years versus 12. Doesn't matter how it's spread out. You still had more years of being more net rated, overall net rated team, offensive rated team, and defensive rated team. You had more years of all that. And overall, in the 17 years, LeBron James's record, 48.7 wins. Michael Jordan was 47.16 wins. And I counted the 86 and the 95 season when he wasn't even there for 3/4 of the year. I threw that in there. The average opponent win of all the playoff teams that LeBron, I think it was 34 opponents in those 17 years outside of Miami. The average opponent win was 48.7 wins. The same as what his team was, 48.7. Michael Jordan, his opponent's average was 55.41 wins. So he was playing against better teams, better records. They had more All-NBA players, 9 in 12 years versus 8 in 17 years. So he's playing against better teams, better players. LeBron's team has got more top 5 defenses, top 5 offenses, top 5 overall net rated teams. The opponent win average is higher, or is lower, which should be better for him. His win per season average was higher than that of Michael Jordan. But yet somehow, with all that being said, Michael Jordan won more. He accomplished more accolades than what LeBron James did in his 17 years outside of Miami. I mean, it's almost kind of pathetic to think in a 17-year career, this is all he did. So he had to join a super team, even to have, close to top 10 credentials. Because it's now 21 years, and it's starting to thin out. It's less than 1 every 5 years that LeBron James has won a championship. And I don't want to hear about competition. I don't want to hear about teammates. He had plenty of good teammates. And he blew right through the Eastern Conference 10 times. And, the finals caused him that much trouble that he needed a miracle 3 in 2013 to win one of them. He needed a suspension and a hobbled Curry. I don't know how much Andrew Bogut not being there was, but another injury to a player for another championship, and a pandemic for another championship. I mean, this is what he's needed just to scrape 4 championships together. Playing with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh and Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving, all in their primes. Anthony Davis. I mean, Anton Jameson could have been to him what Pau Gasol was to Kobe. If you look at their numbers, the year both of them played on different teams. Anton Jamison played on Washington. Pau Gasol played on Memphis. The year they got traded to either LeBron or Kobe, look how eerily similar their numbers are. In fact, they both were like 8.8 rebounds. I think Anton Jamison was like 20.3 points a game, and Pau Gasol was like 18.8. He could have been the Pau Gasol to him in 2010. He also had Shaq. I know he was older, but the year before, he was third team All-NBA, and he was 12th in the NBA in PER. He wasn't washed yet. He was pretty much at the end, though. But you had that 1 year to make it happen. You're up 2-1 on Boston, and you choke it out. What can you say? You know, the guy went, I'm pretty sure the last 2 games in that series, he went, I think it was 2010. Don't quote me on this, but I thought it was. 2 games, he went 8 for 42 with 17 turnovers. I'm pretty sure it was games 5 and 6 of the 2010 Eastern Conference semifinals against Boston. I don't understand the comparisons at all. It's a joke. I mean, you know, Michael Jordan's resume is like this, even without the 96 to 98, and LeBron's is like this. I mean, it's ridiculous. But anyway, that's it for this video. That one's for you, Shannon Sharpe, talking about the Miami junk. He had to join a super team just to have top 10 credentials or close to top 10 credentials, and played 21 years. He has all the accumulative stuff, that's fine. But what about his per game stuff? What about his records? Where are his records? Not even for a quarter or a half did he have like the most assists, the most points, the most made shots. He has none of that. The only individual record in the playoffs, the finals, the only thing I could ever find by him that's not an accumulative one was the most points in a row by the same player, and that was against Detroit in the 2007 Eastern Conference Finals Game 5. I think he had like 24 consecutive points. That's the only record, non-accumulative individual record, that I could even find by LeBron James. I mean, this guy's played, what, 288 playoff games. He's played 54 playoff series, been to the finals 10 times. He's got nothing. What is this? I mean, that's the GOAT? Give me a break. Enough of the propaganda. Move on to somebody else. LeBron is not the guy. You know, I got him at number 10. I think that just feels right to me. But, you know, anything higher than that, and I just don't see it. This guy had plenty of help. It's not like his teams he were playing was, you know, some juggernauts or anything like that. I mean, yeah, I know the Golden State teams, whatever, but a lot of them were facing elimination, or they didn't really play anybody. I did a previous video on that. I think the Hakeem Olajuwon versus Steph Curry video I did, it showed Curry didn't really play hardly anybody in those 4 years, or 5 years, actually, 2014 to 19. But anyway, that's going to probably wrap it up for this video. This is something that I had this information. And what if LeBron James never went to Miami? What would his career have been like? It would have been pretty pedestrian, I think. I really do. And I don't think people would be looking at him in the same light. I think it would be, you know, more like an Hakeem Olajuwon, who Olajuwon, you know, never won 60 games. I don't think he was ever the number 1 seed. But yet he still, Hakeem, beat 3 teams that had 2 first-team All-NBA players. Look that up. That was Utah in 94, Utah in 95, and the Lakers in 86. No other all-time great has ever done that. So anyway, that's going to wrap it up, and I appreciate you guys for watching my videos, and until next time.